Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about Ripple Hire. And it's a it's a company that's very close to my heart, and I follow both Sudarshan and Ripple Hire for since a long time, very closely though. My background is I've been in the tech industry for last 3 decades now almost. I've been through multiple roles and companies in these last 28, 30 years that I've been in the industry. I was part of the founding team of Accenture in India, spent 12 years working with some of the amazing leaders there in the technology industry, building up the whole outsourcing practice. 2014, I started my own company called Adapti. This is our ninth year running. We've grown from a small 20 people team to today 300 people company. It's been a great journey, and besides my role at Adapti, I also mentor quite a few startups. I invest in startups, and one of the company that I invested is Ripple Hire, and I'm very glad I did that. And this is really in the early days of my angel investing journey. And I've been investing since then. So I'm also an angel investor. I run a syndicate platform called New Angels. Besides that, I'm also on the board of one of the largest education institutions in Mumbai called Vivekananda Education Society. I'm a honorary trustee there. So yeah, that's really about me. Sure. So I know Sudarshan way before I even invested in Ripple Hire, or otherwise when Sudarshan started this company. One of the things that really fancied me is someone building a product for one of the biggest pain areas in the industry, which has been so even then and now, essentially, which is hiring the right set of talent, retaining the talent, and then nurturing the talent to build leaders. So when I came across Sudarshan and Ripple Hire, I love the passion with which Sudarshan was building this product. In fact, I've been an early user of Ripple Hire when I was growing my company, and I've seen the product really mature quite a bit. So when I really think about Ripple Hire, I mean, even then and now, I think Ripple Hire is one of those very few products which have been very close to the real pain areas of the hiring industry, the recruitment industry, and has really harnessed the potential of referral building on a platform. While everybody, even if you talk about 3 decades ago or 2 decades back, I think every company was trying to do referrals. Even today, everybody wants to run referrals, but there was no structured approach to this whole thing. I mean, everybody would try to do something on their own and innovate and re-innovate and re-engineer the process and the ways doing it. But when I looked at Ripple Hire, I love the fact that there was a process, there was a platform, there is a team, there is an entire methodology being put together and built on a platform which was ensuring right from the source till the end, there was like a supply chain of referral resources coming into the system, and then you are able to sort of nurture them, you are able to engage them, you are able to harness the potential further. So I love that aspect of Ripple Hire, and that's how I sort of relate to the platform and the company. I think that was no-brainer. So when I was in Accenture, being an old hand there, like I said, I was the founding member of Accenture. So One of the roles that I did in Accenture was the resource management lead of one of the largest business verticals in Accenture, financial services. And I really, for those 2.5, 3 years that I was the resource management lead for financial services in Accenture, I lived the pain of staffing, or rather, matching the demand supply from a recruitment perspective and also meeting demands from a business perspective. So I lived really that pain. So, and I knew how important it was for an organization to build its recruitment engine and harness the potential of referral. Obviously, to ensure that you recruit at a lower cost, but at the same time you have people coming in who are much higher on an engagement level. So I literally lived through that pain, and I myself worked very hard to make sure that Accenture as a company was very lean when it came to hiring. And clearly, one of the big winners for us when it came to hiring was the referral engine that we built there. So when Sudarshan was building this platform, I just loved the whole thought process and his ideas and his views of building this and then scaling it up. So I think it was a no-brainer for me. Yeah, so I think one of the thing, before coming to the advice part, I think one of the things that I loved about, or I still love about Ripple High, is that you as a company are very close to your customer. I think you should continue doing that. I love the fact that you think from a customer's perspective. You solve a lot of problems, taking ownership and delivering that for the customer. And I've been since I'm connected to a lot of people in the industry, I keep talking to some of the HR heads and CHROs and CEOs of IT companies, and I've even spoken to, not to take feedback, but in general conversations about how effective Ripple Hire has been for them. One of the things that I've always consistently heard as a feedback, as an input from all these companies, that you really know the DNA of the recruitment industry. You really know how to solve that for the company. You really know how severe this challenge is, and you have a solution and you have a process and you have a methodology to do that. So for a company that's really going through the pains, if you're able to adopt and leverage the power of Ripple Hire, I think you solve the problem to a large extent. So I think it's very important for you to continue to stay close to the customer, solve the pain areas of what the customers are facing today and in the future, and continue to sort of build on what you have today. It's always, we keep doing this, we keep doing a SWOT analysis, right? I think for Ripple Hire, I think it's important to continue to sort of build on the platform that you've developed so far. My advice, I would say that yes, it's important for a product to evolve. It is important for a product to build a roadmap and sort of grow to the roadmap, but it's also important that you deliver what you say. And I have seen Ripple Hire doing that. There was a time when I really pushed Sudarshan to give me the ATS part of Ripple Hire, but ATS was not ready, and he was very clear saying that I don't want to give you something that's not yet ready. I love that kind of conviction and love that approach of saying no. I think that is very important. So there will always be pressures from customers saying that, hey, can you do this also for me? Can you integrate this your product with A, B, C, D, E? So I think that it is always a challenge to see how you can say no to some of these things. But at the same time, it is very critical for you to focus on certain things, build on it, and scale on it, and continue to sort of solve the problems, solve the pain areas of the customer as you grow. So it's important to scale. It's very important to build the product. It's very, very, very important to be relevant to your business, but it is also important to say no when it really means that you don't want to promise something that you can't deliver. So my advice is you continue to do that, and I think that should really take you far.